in the group. Yeah, go ahead and. Let's get the party started.
We already have.
Exactly.
No, I'm happy.
We've been partying all night already. Helen, you want to start us off?
I was just gonna say, I finally have time to be in the chat today. I'm never in the chat. Well, hi everyone. We're so excited to be here.
Let me throw the links in the groups real fast.
Helen, did you post in our group that we were like a link for people to watch, or?
Yeah, I can go.
You can.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Before I just posted the whole group. I didn't post the actual.
I just posted on my page, so I'll pop over there.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
You need like some cool background music.
I know, right?
RJ, are you a DJ?
No, I'm not a DJ.
Oh, okay.
Why you ask that?
I always hear the headphones, so I was like, maybe he's a DJ.
No, I like that when you see my headphones on, I'm in my zone. So no one bothers me when I have my headphones on.
I think I need to do that trick around my house.
That's a good idea.
Mommy's busy.
Don't talk.
But are they plugged in, Brianna, when you're doing that?
Wireless.
Luna would
Jack Browning asked if Matt was not allowed on this one.
He ditched us tonight, guys. He went out to dinner.
Too much estrogen.
He heard Merch Money was on. He's like, oh, that's too much. Too much.
Okay, we should give it a few minutes. Everybody's hopping on right now. DJ RJ. I had a buddy that would call me that in high school. What's up, DJ RJ? I'm like, is that the new merch tanks? No, it's not. It just, honestly, I'm in my garage right now, and it's like 100 and something degrees in here probably. So I'm wearing a tank top, and I'm like, man. But yeah, I needed to get this situated so I can be in actually like in the AC and not be sweating like this. But okay. That's Matt. Let's see. Matt's not coming on. Give him a couple minutes, or let me see. There it is. There he is. There he is. There he is.
We didn't scare him off, right?
No, he didn't. He was talking like right before you guys got in, and then his mic, he did something and his mic just shut off.
Oh no.
Worst. I know like Windows is real sensitive about your settings and stuff. Or maybe it's Google. I don't know.
I had Skype issues all week, and then I finally figured out it was like a huge update. That was like nuts. Like you couldn't get messages from anyone. I don't know if you guys use it at all, but crazy.
I kind of disowned Skype. I got kind of annoyed with it.
I was going to say the same thing. I completely shut it down. I hated it. And then I finally had to use it again and then had to re-download it.
That's all right. Does that work? Can anybody hear me?
There we go.
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you.
They're already making fun of me already.
We thought we were away, Matt.
So this is easily the most people we've ever had on a live. So this
We're
is going to be interesting.
excited. This is our first interview all together as a group.
That's pretty cool. It should be pretty fun. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and start the show off. If you guys haven't done that already, please give the video a thumbs up and share it, please. Yeah. So.
RJ's speechless. It never happens.
So we have the merch girls, or was it merch money girls?
Merch money.
Okay, merch money. And they're already flaunting their shirts on me in the private. Where's your shirt? Where's your shirt? So yeah. If you guys want to start one by one by introducing yourselves and how you guys got into Merch by Amazon or and stuff like that. If there's any other platforms that you're involved in, like Etsy, Redbubble, or anything like that, just go ahead and start it. Who's first?
Right. I'll go
Merch
first.
Boss.
Merch Boss. Yeah, we all have little nicknames. So mine is Merch Boss. My name is Helen Kinson. Part of Merch Money. I have my Merch Money shirt on today. We have a design contest every week. So I think Sunny Purdon was the one who designed this one, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, I am on Merch by Amazon, 4K tier. Been on it technically since 2015, but didn't start uploading shirts till the end of 2016. And that's it. That's all I'm on right now.
You want me to go next? I can
Sure.
go next. What's up, guys? I'm Brianna Muller-Green. Co-own VA Rentals, and which was like the OG company in the Merch by Amazon space. We originated just to help make Merch by Amazon designs. And I co-own D4D now, which is designfordollars.com. I am on pretty much every pod known to man because I'm crazy and I don't know when to stop. I love it. That's about it. I actually come from mostly the Amazon FBA eBay space. And this was a natural extension of my business when Chris Green started up his big merch group back in the day. In late 2015, I jumped on in there just as another extension of my business. So, and here I am. I love it.
Okay.
All right, I'll go. All right, so I'm Amy Springer. I've been on merch since June of last year, so I just celebrated a year on the platform. I also load stuff on Redbubble when I'm not like too busy with merch. I'm only on tier 4,000, but I'm eligible for 6,000. I just need to get shirts designed. I also help Amy Herberger with the Girl Boss group, and I've been doing videos, weekly videos with Amanda Balcazar on there, and that's pretty much who I am. So, hi.
You go, Michelle.
I'm Michelle Wentworth. I'm merch mama of the group, and I've been doing Merch by Amazon since last August. But it's part of my FBA business. My husband and I, we do RA, OA, TA, and private label. And like Brianna, it's kind of the extension of our business, getting involved in Merch by Amazon. It's predominantly my only print-on-demand site I'm using. I do have a couple of things on Teespring, but right now I'm just focusing on Merch by Amazon. And I got into Merch by Amazon because of Chris Green, which is like 99% of us. I heard him speak somewhere and he was talking about it, and it was like, yeah, I'm going to sign up for this thing. If Chris says to do it, you do it.
Awesome. I'm Amy Nicholas, known as Marketing Mayhem Girl, and I have the daily print-on-demand Power Punch Facebook Live videos Monday through Friday, if anybody knows me from that. I give out just print-on-demand tips, tricks, strategies, mindset, and we just celebrated 50 episodes yesterday. I got started in print-on-demand back in 2016 when I opened a Shopify store and just went the print-on-demand route first instead of the dropship route like most people. And it is a whole nother ball game to do print-on-demand with Shopify and Facebook ads than it is merch. Count your lucky stars that it's so easy to get sales on merch. And I was really happy when I got my application through, which I think for me, I actually heard it from Dave Espino and Daniel Caudill did like a webinar back in the day. Yeah. And so I applied and it took like 4 months to get in. So I started August 2016 and I'm at the 4K tier as well. I also do Etsy. Still got my Shopify going. I don't really run ads anymore, but I do the Seller Central Shopify integration. So I've got a couple thousand products up via that. I do Teespring, TeePublic, and I got a handful of things up on Redbubble. I need to be more on that though.
It's okay.
Nice.
Matt, so sorry. So let's right here actually on the bottom, everyone, we do have a weekly newsletter that we just released about like 20 minutes ago, right before the show start. So if you guys, it's free. It's a weekly newsletter down below. Just click subscribe, put your email in, and actually we're going to start this today. And
the first edition of it's going to go out tonight. But we've been working out the kinks on it the last couple of days.
Yeah, so it's free. We're not charging nothing. That's the best thing about it, because you know how everything started from the very beginning, all about the free content and just making everybody successful with this business. And now we're all together as one and having fun. But I don't know about these girls right here. They're trying to do a little women. I'm sorry, I don't know. Trying to 2 against 4.
We're
right
already
now,
making RJ nervous. Sean Hamilton said the link is broken. I don't know if he was talking about the newsletter.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's what he said. I don't know. Oh, Josh Green said that too.
Okay, I need to fix that, guys. Sorry.
Take a look at it later.
And then Jacob Topping said, loads of fun. This is going to break some records today.
So, okay. All right,
I'll take a look at it once we get done with this. RJ fucked everything up because he was supposed to wait till the end of all this to announce that, but he gets a little excited.
There we go.
It's that heat in the garage getting to him.
I think you guys got to him. I think he's a little flustered right now.
He is very flustered.
He said it was because of the garage, but really.
Yeah, exactly.
RJ, it's all the estrogen flowing from the screen.
So, how did you guys start up the Merch Money thing? Like, what was the genesis? Where did it come from?
Well, that's Helen. That's the merch boss.
Should I tell the story?
Yeah, tell the story.
Tell the story, Helen.
I watched you guys, and I watched a lot of channels, and I loved you guys, loved everybody. But then as time went by, I was like, why are there not very many women like with shows? What is going on? And I just kept waiting for someone to start it. And then I was like, well, maybe I should just start it. So I was thinking I would do one like kind of like yours, where it's just 1 or 2 people. And I just felt like I needed to contact a lot of people to find 1 or 2 people, because I wasn't very active in the Facebook groups and I didn't think people would know who I was. So I contacted 7 people out of the 30 right away, and all 7 said yes. So
here we are.
Yeah, so here we are. So 2 people ended up not being able to do it. So we're down to 5, but it's been a lot of fun. We started in April, and our Facebook group has gone almost to 2,500 right now.
Nice.
And the YouTube channel is up to almost 1,000. So it's been a fun 2.5, 3 months.
Okay. Also too, if you guys want, send me the links to like the YouTube channel, so I can put you guys down below.
Okay, sure, absolutely.
Help you boost the
Thank you.
YouTube channel too.
Thanks.
We're really close, aren't we, Helen? To like 1,000?
Yeah, we only need like 40 more people or something, so we're
Nice.
close.
That
It
should
keeps
be-
not going to me. I wonder if I somehow. Oh well.
All right. Okay. Let's say let's talk about a topic like what are you guys doing? Are you guys doing more of like a general? You guys are more like niche based when you guys are designing for Merch by Amazon, or are you more like general, like wide, like you're designing for everything?
I do both, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm both here too.
Yeah, I kind of have like certain niches that I'm real comfortable in, that our family is passionate about, that I'm designing for. But like, I'm like a person that like, if I'm researching for that and I see a $20 bill over there, I'm like, oh, well, it's not in my niche, but I mean, I'm not gonna leave it. So
I'm with Brianna. I'm the same. I'm the same.
Yeah.
I have niches that I'm very comfortable with and do well in, but sometimes I'll see something and go, ooh, yeah, I'm going to explore that.
Yeah, more than ever, I'm getting into general, like, because I want to throw the rule books out the window and just change everything up that I'm doing so that maybe I can find like a better strategy, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Just more about well, like if you see it, if it's making sales, like you want your piece of the pie, basically. Correct.
And I like to experiment a little bit too. I mean, obviously, once you get up in the higher levels of merch, or if you're out in the other marketplaces, I like to like look at that account and crunch the numbers and take a look at like, you know, what else could I be doing to get more sales.
And kind of reading the data from other sites like Etsy, you know, if I see something taking off over there, I'm like, oh shoot, maybe there's a niche on Amazon for that, or I need to go deep or something.
Yeah, okay.
Right, for sure. Now, when you guys are like designing right now, right? Because obviously we're going into summer. There is not a ton of stuff coming up for the next couple of months. What are you guys designing about right now? Like, are you guys focusing on just getting up as many designs as possible, getting ready for Q4? You know, what are you guys looking at right now?
I know for me right now, personally, I've been doing back to school, Halloween. I've even been doing Christmas, especially now with the fall off being 180 days.
Yeah.
Anything now that you put up is going to get you right through Q4. So, yeah. So that's what I'm kind of focusing on. I know for me personally, anyway.
Right now for me, I'm focusing on a lot of processes and training for some stuff that's going to be going on in the background. And then I think I'm going, well, I have been going the more evergreen route this year.
Yeah.
I don't know, just because I'm so focused on my niche, and maybe I'll pull in some like seasonal or holiday stuff with that. But right now I'm like building, because I'm all about, you know, the outsourcing and automation and stuff, and I need this to kind of like run in the background while I'm doing like what Michelle does, and I got to focus on my Amazon FBA stuff as well. So I got to have that cooking in the background while I do other stuff.
I've been focusing on pop sockets. That's what I've been. Everything on pop sockets.
How many sales do you have on pop sockets so far?
I have about somewhere around 20.
20? Okay. I only have one. Oh.
Really?
Hey, that's one more than me, RJ. I got 0.
Nine of mine are all from one pop socket.
RJ, how'd you pick the one?
No, honestly, what was it, like a moon? I think it was like a galaxy or something, and I uploaded like 200 of them. I did like galaxy backgrounds, and then one made to sell, and that's it. But I just been focusing more on shirts though, for sure.
Right. So here's kind of an interesting segue based on some of the things you guys are talking about. How many of you guys are doing your own designs versus how many of you guys have designers that work for you?
I do my own designs.
Same here. Yeah. I do everything myself.
Me too.
I do.
Sorry, go.
I'm a combination. Mostly it's being done for me, but then I'm control freakish, and I got to get in there a little bit.
I think I have maybe 2 designs I've done myself. I have 2,000 designs I got from Brianna's old company, VA Rentals. And then I have a few designs that I've got from Penji over the last month.
I'm like 99% outsourced with a team, and I've been making my own pop sockets. It's kind of fun. Just using Canva, really easy.
Yeah, I actually really enjoy making the pop sockets. Like that, they're something that, unlike T-shirts, because like my wife's the designer, I am not the designer, and then we have a couple that work for us. But it's not having the constraints on a T-shirt where it's got to fit within a spot. You can use the entire canvas. It's fun to make pop sockets.
Agreed.
I agree. I love them.
Yeah.
It's a nice change of space from the T-shirts too, because it's a completely different thing, and you can use more colors, and you don't have to worry. Like you can make your own contrast and everything. It's nice.
Yeah, it's very cool. On the pop sockets, when you guys are doing the uploading, are you guys doing titles, bullets, the whole thing? Are you guys just uploading the titles? Like, how are you guys going about it? Because right now, honestly, all I'm doing is uploading the titles. But when I talk to Neil, he's like, why are you not uploading to the bullets? Like, eventually there's going to be a lot more competition. So you should probably have it up there. It's just, there's so much information in those bullets. If you look at the stuff that Amazon already put up there, I'm like, what else am I going to put in that somebody's going to find this particular pop socket?
I use very simple bullets that have keywords in it. That's all.
Same here. I'm putting my what I think are my best keywords in my title and my brand. And then in the bullets, I'm using kind of like synonyms and different a play on the image that's similar to my title, and then copying my title in my second bullet, because I agree with Neil. So and it's working for me because mine are selling. I sell pop sockets every day, so nice. I love them. I'm loving these things.
I love pop sockets too, and I definitely use the bullets and the description. I use all of it, and I've been in as many keywords as I can, because I feel like it's just like anything else. You got to put keywords in there.
Mine are short. Like my bullets are very short, so it's not. I'm not using all the characters, but
Right.
My goal was just to get as many up as possible, so I've gone very generic with the bullets, especially just with the way things are in Amazon. I'm like, I don't want to have to go back and fix a million listings.
Yeah.
So I just been doing the title and brand specific, and then just some, type of keywords that I think will work well for gift buyers or Christmas shopping, things like that.
How about research? Like, how are you guys doing your research on that? Like, you guys are using Amazon just to research it, like your pop sockets?
Yeah, pretty much.
I used Amazon first and made a list of like 25 words that I thought were really good. And then I think it was in the Merch Empire group. Was that it? Where they put that list of 100 pop socket keywords or something? I don't know. It was an awesome list. And I had like 25 of those, but I didn't have the other 75. And I've been using those like crazy. Those are good.
Let's talk about the little update we got to our dashboard today, and then also I'm curious how many of you guys got the email that I know that myself and Amy both got the email about having listings that violate the content policy that we need to go find. How many of you guys got that email?
I got it. Yeah,
We did.
Yeah, I think we all did.
We all got it.
100%?
We all
Right.
got it.
See how they didn't change the caption of the email though? It was so. Never mind.
Yeah.
We got our wine to deal with today. There's lots of things.
told you we already had the party started.
Yeah, we already had it. Sorry. We were
We
just
weren't
waiting for the
kidding.
link.
All right. I like the way you guys roll. I normally have a drink with me too, but I decided to have iced coffee because I have to get some work done. I figured like what happened already. We already broke some things with the newsletter, so I'm going to be working on that later tonight.
So I
What's
think
your
I put the HTTP or HTTP or whatever in front of it, and it doesn't work that way like any other
Yeah,
website.
so I got to see because we should be able to do HTTPS, but whatever, we can talk about it in the background. What's your guys' plan for how you guys are going to attack this, right? Because this is the number one question we're getting in the groups right now is like, well, how do I figure out where I screwed up?
It's
All
funny.
right, this is
Went
sorry.
on the air. Oh, that's okay. I just happened to go into manage products, and I realized I still had. I'm only at tier 2000. I had about, what did I say, ladies? About 15, 16 shirts that still had premium in the title. So I'm thinking, could that be my culprit? Because I went and edited so many before when we got that initial thing about taking premium out. And then I got tired of editing it. And I said, I'll scrub it. I'll do it later. And I didn't. So I don't know if that's my culprit or is something else. Because I was looking at their suggestions of what were the content policy violations. And I don't have any of those.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
See, I don't think I do either. I know I have premium in, but I've decided since I only have just a little over 1,700 designs, so I'm just gonna divide that by 30, and then every day I'm just gonna check that amount of shirts, go through the listings, clean up my keywords if I need to, and take out anything that might be infringing or breaking their new TOS. So
That's a good idea, dividing it up.
It's giving me a
I'm
headache.
not looking forward to it. I mean, I know I've got premium. I have like 75 shirts with premium in it. So hopefully that's all I have to deal with. But I'm going to check everything because I don't want to get the takedowns.
I have no idea what's in my, because every single one of those words that I've never used any of them.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah,
But
I
it's not
haven't.
limited to just those though.
Right.
They didn't mention premium, but everybody's saying get rid of that too. So there's more than, it's basically anytime you're describing the shirt and not the design, you could get in trouble for that. So
Merch by Amazon, I said premium. Do not have it in there at all. In the like, don't
Yeah.
talk about it.
Mhm.
Like when we were talking to them in Vegas, they said do not have the premium, that word, and they even said it in the. I think they said in the bullet point for the premium shirt that said order a size up or something like that. They actually they didn't know they had it in there, so they're going back and taking that out.
So could we all be penalized for their bullet?
no,
Okay.
no.
But it's weird that everyone got the email. Like, there's got to be somebody who doesn't have any.
Well, I
mean,
mentioned my friend
I don't
that
think
doesn't.
that I don't think that I have. I mean, I definitely don't have premium anywhere. I double checked that. I don't have that. I definitely don't have the order a size up. I definitely don't have made in US or made in wherever.
I don't.
So any of the like obvious ones, I definitely don't have. So if there's something that I just don't know or some like, but there's nothing that I can figure out.
I don't even gear mine towards a shirt. Like I
Yeah.
list my items like in so many different places that I use vague titles and product features that are just keywords. So for me, it's just got to be a random hit somewhere in some listings, I guess, because I don't actually say anything about a t-shirt, a fit, nothing, because I'm gonna use the keywords again on pop sockets too, and like hoodies and things like that. So I don't know how I'm gonna even go about
It's like digging through a needle in a haystack. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not going to
I
do
looked
it.
at some of them and I'm like, I can't even like look at this listing and find one possible violation. So, and that's many of them. So I'm like, again, finding the 1 or 2 or 10 or 20, I don't know.
And there might be none. It could just be a blanket email and it's just, hey, you know, just check your accounts. They're giving us 60 days because they gave us 30 before, and now they're giving us another 30. So there's a lot of grace there too. I mean, I don't know. I think it's nice of them, but
I
think
appreciate
that's a
Pain
great
in the
scare
ass.
tactic. I think it's a great scare tactic to make sure we're all on the straight and narrow.
It is a scare tactic.
Well, I mean, let's think about it though, guys. Like, you guys have been around long enough that you remember probably the last time they changed the TOS with regards to things that you can have in the bullets and everything else. And I know a lot of people, like myself included, where we started getting rejections out of nowhere, and we had no idea where they were coming from because they had changed around a couple of the rules in terms of like what you could have. So, I mean, I appreciate the hell out of what they did here. At least they gave us some notice. They gave us some concrete feedback, like what they want to see and what they don't want to have. Because before, it was kind of a guessing game. It was like, well, can you do this? Here's a rejection. Can you do this? Here's a rejection. It sucked.
I can remember.
yeah, I totally agree. Like this really, it is generous. I mean, they've given us 60 days. That is really, I mean, you can't really complain too much, I don't think.
Yeah.
Except that you don't know what you did wrong. That's the only
Yeah,
problem.
it would be awesome if we had if they gave us the ASINs. But I mean,
I was
when
saying to somebody, like, why don't they they tell us when something's about to get removed. So why don't they just say, like, this is going to get removed in 30 days if you don't fix it? I don't
Here's the
understand.
thing. I mean, but Amazon Merch, they don't have this, you know, huge team. There's only so many hands, and they can't look through everybody's shirt, you know. So here's this blanket thing. You are responsible for your account, so take care of it if it needs to be taken care of. And if it doesn't, great, you know. But
Well, just so everybody knows, I did email Amazon right away and asked, you know, can you give me at least one example, one ASIN? And the lady responded and said, because I kind of wrote it as like, I don't want to be in compliance violation, you know, I'm just trying to clear things up. And she said, oh, thank you for bringing this up. We didn't mean for it to sound like a compliance issue. She said it's really just an email to kind of notify people. Why some of us got it and some of us didn't, I don't know. But it wasn't like a personal attack on any of our own accounts. She just said, same thing, 30 days, check your accounts. But she basically said, I can't even give you one example of a shirt.
Right. Amazon, you got to realize too, Amazon's going to be deliberately vague in this situation here because they want to leave themselves room if down the road they decide they're going to change their mind about something. They don't want you to be able to come back to them and go, well, you said this, this, and this. I didn't do this, this, and this. They're deliberately vague on purpose. Like, this is the way that they run their business on the FBA side.
Yeah.
You know, their policies are fairly opaque and they are general because they want to make sure that they don't want to leave wiggle room for somebody to have, you know, be able to do things and not come back and kick that person off the platform or go after them.
Yeah, for sure. It just honestly, like I said, it's just like they really don't really tell you too much, and there's really nothing we can do on certain like subjects. So just gotta go with like the most general thing and be safe as possible with it. So
yeah, and that's the beauty of merch. I mean, you always have to be evolving and adapting to the changes with the competition, with the new rules and everything. It's just part of it.
Mm-hmm.
okay, what's the next question, Matt? Go ahead, buddy.
Are you overheating in that garage? That's what's going on? Are you cooking out there?
No, I'm good. I'm actually cooling down.
Oh, Jesus. So for those of you guys that don't know, RJ lives in Banning. It's kind of like high desert area out here in California. And like, it's really hot out here right now. It was almost 100 where I am. I don't even know what it is by you.
I don't know. It's hot though.
Yeah, so
I'm
I
good.
don't know
I'm
why
okay.
you're in the garage.
I've been so on your guys' YouTube channel, what are you guys like mostly talking about? Just basically just merch and stuff like that? Are you guys doing like showing people like the process of uploading or anything like that? Or like
Don't you watch our show?
I was just gonna say,
No.
come on, RJ.
He didn't
I
even
don't.
know who we were 2 hours
He-
ago.
I didn't.
I-
I honestly, I stick to my I'm honestly to myself or just Matt. Only person I talk to every day is Matt. That's probably it. 'Cause I'm so focused.
And-
like
well, Matt is going to be on the show pretty soon, and we were going to see if you wanted to be on with him. He's going to be on the what day is that? The 16th, I think. What
I think
day are
the-
you going to be on?
The 23rd, I think, is
Oh,
one
the
that we talked about.
23rd.
Yeah, because I
24th.
couldn't do the 16th.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so 23rd.
Yeah.
So anyway, we tend to have a guest on almost every show. We have a guest. So we had Neil Lawson. We're having Catherine Shelton on this week to talk about Create Space. We usually pick a topic each week, and we have a guest that's like related to that topic. So this week it's going to be Create Space. It was about research and Merch Informer when we had Neil on, and Jacob Topping was on. He talked about his book and talked about marketing. I think we talked about that day. So we usually just pick a topic and then have a person that's related to that topic on.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So your guys' workflow, like, are you guys the ones that are designing, but like they don't have it outsourced? Like, how many designs are you designing a day? Like, do you have you have it written down? Like one day you're gonna do pop sockets, and the next day you're just doing only T-shirt designs, or how does that work for you?
For me,
Sorry.
design and push it across all of them. You know what I mean? Like when I'm designing, I don't, because I'm looking at, I always say this because I'm not a big designer, but it's like a widget to me. And when I find a good idea, my workflow is set up so that I could take that design and put it on short sleeve t-shirt, long sleeve t-shirt, hoodie, pop socket, boom, 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 boom. And I have all the tabs open with Merch Buddy and Merch Lister Pro. And that's how I kind of attack it that way.
For me, I really don't have a system in place. I definitely go after standard shirts the most. I'm really not even touching premium much anymore. Now that we're getting into Q4 in the cooler months, I am looking at more long sleeves and hoodies and that, but still mostly just t-shirts and pop sockets. But I'm designing completely different things for pop sockets. So
Right.
You know,
So what's
for
your
me,
guys' focus?
I'm mostly with the t-shirts also, and I'm kind of like you, Amy. You know, you're with the cooler months and Q4 coming, you're trying to think of other like the longer sleeve shirts. Not every design can go into a hoodie, for instance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it depends on that. So whatever I'm working on, if I think it's going to go for a hoodie, then I'll do the hoodie. But if not, yeah.
I feel like it's just it's so easy with like Merch Buddy or Merch Lister Pro just to put it all on everything. And it's always surprising like when something sells. So I don't know. To me, I put it on everything.
Are you still doing premiums, Helen?
Yes, I'm doing all of it.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, you can see like when you see like the people with the big numbers, only thing like most of their sales are from standard shirts. So if you guys haven't noticed that, like
that's exactly what it looks like when I really get into the nitty gritty of it.
Yeah,
it's like there's like 1% long sleeve, like 1% hoodie, and it's like everything else is standard. It's like okay, that's where people are spending their money. But for Q4, it kind of makes sense to have other options available. But I'm not worried about pushing everything on all products personally.
Right. Yeah, I mean, one of the things that stood out last year in Q4 is while T-shirts and a lot of the stuff got throttled, like long sleeves didn't get throttled. So people that had a lot of long sleeves up had a lot of success in Q4 last year. So that's one of the things I try and keep in mind when we're uploading. So because we're just uploading to shirts right now, but we'll probably start uploading to the other stuff, probably in about a month, I guess. But with that new 180-day period where stuff doesn't fall off, like just put everything up there because in Q4 everything's going to sell.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that new 180, I mean, that's really there's a lot of wiggle room in that. So
the only thing that I am questioning right now is listing to the ladies premium, just because of our returns, it's the majority of them. It just
mine
I swear
too.
to God, every time I sell one, I'm like, that's coming back.
Yeah.
Mine
Every time I
too.
see a woman order one of my premiums, I'm just like, oh no, don't just cancel the damn order, please.
I'm only doing standards now. I'm not even bothering with premiums because I was like, as soon as I saw the returns hitting, I'm like, nope.
See,
Okay.
I come from the Amazon FBA world of like nightmare returns. So for me, when these like little $3 return or whatever the returns are, I'm like, I don't even pay attention to it because it's just like in the nature of the beast, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm used to it. I'm used to returns, people using something for $500 and using it and returning it. So
And I feel like it doesn't even count as a return because you don't like it's just
You don't. It's just
you
it's just,
uploaded
it's
a design.
frustrating.
Like,
Yeah, it's just for me. It's just frustrating. It's like, okay, I sold this many shirts, but now I've got this many returns coming back. It's just like, come on, guys.
I think you got to look at your numbers overall, right, Matt? Like a percentage of it. If it looks like it's going up because you're doing premium, then yeah.
Yeah.
I have
I mean-
to admit my returns are all premium, and it bums me out. And I don't know why I still list them.
One thing to keep in mind: the ladies' premium versus the men's premium. So the men's premium is like the 3001, the shirt that a lot of us list on Etsy, whereas the ladies' premium, it's a different shirt. So that's the reason. Like I think it's the 8430 or I can't remember the exact number, but it's a Bella Canvas shirt, and it's a much more slim fit shirt. Whereas the men's is like I wear 2XL normally in my shirt. I fit in the premium fine, and I'm a big guy. So like on the men's premiums, I don't have any issue when I sell a men's premium with them getting returned. It's only the women.
Mhm.
And that's the thing. Like, I love how soft the premiums are compared to the standard, but yeah, that women's fit is terrible.
I had experience from my Shopify store, and I sold a lot of designs to women. And I was like, I'm super excited. I'm making the sales. And then people are like messaging me on my chat and like emailing, my store, like, can I get a different size? And I'm like, because it's made to order, you're just losing money if that's the case. So I would give people like a 50% off coupon. And for the most part, I didn't have too many people say, that sucks. But I had a couple people like, oh, that's not really right. I won't buy again. I'm like, that's all right. I think women are just too picky, honestly.
I just saw Matthew Pate in the chat said this is the cool version of the Brady Bunch.
especially the squares.
I know, right?
Oh, I hope I'm not Alice.
Now you are.
Now I am.
So it seems like a lot of you guys have other things going on besides just merch, right? Where do you guys see your future on the platform within, say, like a year, 2 years, 3 years? Do you guys envision a world where merch is your thing and you're not doing FBA anymore? Is that the goal, or do you guys see this as like just an alternate income stream?
For me, it's all merch, but I also want to go more into the other print on demands, but I don't have any interest in FBA personally. My husband does that, good for him, but I like the print on demand. So that's where I'll be forever, as long as they'll have me.
I think for me, the crux of my businesses are probably, at least for now, going to always be Amazon FBA or something related to that, like private label products that are off of that platform and like on my own branded website, which then is going to tie into print on demand too, where it's like also closely related. So I think long term for me, probably Amazon FBA, merch, pod, all that stuff is going to be an additional income stream, but also something that's going to kind of help some other future goals and projects that we have as like a family that we're trying to do as well.
For me, I think I'm all print on demand. I made the decision to be 100% in last August, and I wouldn't put all my eggs in the merch by Amazon basket because I know Amazon. And I would caution everybody who relies on it as like a sole income stream that, if they can just shut your account down tomorrow, what are you going to do, right? So I would say it's beneficial in your interest to be on multiple things, but only be on the ones that give you enough return on your time investment or your, if you're paying VAs. So that's why I like being on Etsy and Seller Central and everything and having a couple of platforms going on.
I think for me, merch is always going to be sort of in addition to the business. I think because it is such a small part of our business. If it continues to grow, that's great. But I think we're still predominantly, FBA and private label. So, but it's always, I think, going to be a part of it. I think.
I think it's so early too. I mean, it's in such an infancy right now. Like if you would have asked me like last year or whatever, like would I be doing this much print on demand and merch and all of that? I probably would have said no. But that's kind of the beauty, I think, of e-commerce and how closely tied everything is. All of our journeys are different. What works for us is different. What we're going to implement is different. There's just so many cool ways of doing it.
Okay, so
what about you, RJ? What's your future on the platform?
Honestly, I've been focusing more on the design as far as illustration. Because I'm going that route now. I'm more of a I want my design to pop more like the illustration as in the graphic or whatever you guys want to call it. That's what I'm focused on right now, and I just want to scale it up that way and just do other things like actually like YouTube and stuff like that. It's like kind of branch off and like wear my own brand and stuff like that. But over time, like just everything just has to build. Like this week I already did 3 YouTube videos. I plan on doing 5 YouTube videos a week and just scale everything up and just kind of show more of my personality, who I am, and just kind of be with my audience and stuff like that, because a lot of these people that are watching this right here, they actually love me, and I love you guys too.
Work on the RJ brand, right?
Just work on myself, and just honestly, I think with a lot of people, like I showed a lot of people like how to do this right here, and now they're making a killing, and they're paying off their mortgages, they're paying off their car payments, they're doing all this stuff, and it just all happened because I showed a YouTube video about a year ago, and I just showed everybody how to do it, and I showed my own design. A lot of people were scared to show their own design. I was like,
actually, I have to thank you for those earlier YouTubes that you've done. Like, me and my husband sat down because he wants to help me with the research, and you know research. So we've been watching your videos. We've been watching the Merch Elephant videos, and he's really and it has made a big difference for us. So I'm grateful for those videos too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm grateful for your videos too. You guys have both definitely been a big help.
Agreed. I watched your newest one yesterday.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So that's all right. So about the are you guys doing more text based or more like how are you guys going about that? Like, what's your when designing? Like, what are you doing? Are you doing more text or like?
I have my text only, because they're simple. Put it up. But then I also kind of take the same concept and make it a little bit more elaborate. So I'll have either simple graphic or I'll just go completely graphic. So it all depends. I try to hit one idea 3 different ways: text-based, medium, middle ground, text with simple graphic, and then more graphic-based right now.
The trifecta.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
And I price them all differently too.
It depends on the niche I'm in. If I'm, some of the niches I'm in are more text-based. Some are more graphics-based. So to me, it just depends on which niche that I'm in for me.
I do think like RJ hit the nail on the head. Like merch it's evolving, and I think you really need to aspire to stand out. And you're going to do that with a cool looking shirt.
Yeah.
I'm a mix for me. Actually, I had to kind of force myself to do text only. I was so used to having to have graphics and wanting to pop, and like with Shopify, it's really, really challenging to sell something with Facebook ads with just text, because it kind of just doesn't pop out on a newsfeed. So, but I mean, one of my best sellers though, was text with like a very tiny graphic, like really small. So I'm like, you never know. You just don't know.
It's crazy too, because like I have one of the most shittiest designs ever, and it's making sales like constantly, like consistently every single day. And I'm like, why are people buying? Like, who's wearing this? I want to see someone wearing this. Like, who's buying it? Because I wouldn't buy it, but I don't.
I feel the same way. I have a 100% text. It's quite there's a lot of words on it, and it has like 4 or 5-star ratings, and people buy it regularly. And I'm like, why? Have you seen my other shirts? Like, no.
I wouldn't wear 99% of my shirts.
Yeah, this is true. Well, it depends the niche too, right? You're designing for people into things that you're not into necessarily.
Right. So, but hey, if they sell, I don't care that I wouldn't wear
I
it.
don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just keep it. Do not return it, y'all. Just keep
Yeah.
it.
Just gift it, regift it.
I think that's something that something you guys are talking about right now, like, is really key, and a lot of people don't understand it when they come on the platform. Don't design for yourself, right?
Mhm.
Like, you have to design for the market, design for what people are actually going to buy. Like, don't care about if you would buy the shirt or not, because it doesn't matter. The market's going to decide.
Yeah, I can make shirts that I want to wear all day, but but I'm the only one buying them.
Mhm.
No, definitely go after the people that, and you see, y'all have shared a lot on how to find the people that are buying the shirts, and those are the ones you're going to design for. So, absolutely.
Text-based vintage or vintage distressed loader, the hell the same thing, right?
It is to the consumer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, honestly, like the last couple of months, I've been thinking about the design too much, and I think I kind of took away from a lot of the designs that I could have been like put out, and just I don't know, it's stupid how like the most basic stuff sells. So
I agree. And
I kind
sometimes
of feel the same way right now. Like, I'm torn because last year and the year before, I was all quantity. That's all I cared about was quantity. And then this year, I've been trying really hard on quality. But I think it's like you kind of have to have both, because quantity does help, because you'll get like there will be a certain amount of sales from each of those shirts. But then like really good spending time on quality, you're going to have a lot of sales from that. I don't know. I think you need a mix. So I spend a little bit of time just uploading the shirts that I already have onto like long sleeves and hoodies and pop sockets and stuff like that. And then I spend some time like researching and, spending some more time to try to make a few really quality shirts.
But you have to be careful with that too, because quality could mean quality to you and maybe even your friends, but then the market doesn't care. So you spend all this time on a quality design. I'm talking like from experience here, because I did the same thing with Shopify and thinking I hired this designer and paying $10 a design and, shelling out all these designs, nothing's selling, and I was going for quality,
I think people overlook the research portion of it a little too much, though.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, I sell mostly pretty basic stuff, pretty basic fonts or text designs and pretty basic graphics, but it's because the research in the areas that I'm getting into, there's just no competition. And so I'm spending more time when I am getting in there personally doing a lot of research. So it's great if you can make a beautiful quality design, but if there's 150 of them that are somewhat similar, hitting the same keywords, it's like, how are you gonna rise to the surface and get found?
See, in my opinion, it's those designs stand out in the mix of all the similar ones that are competing against each other. Like, if you can catch somebody's eye, they've seen 100 of the same thing, and then boom, here's something a little bit different.
I'm just that person that's not going to get that far. So, like on Amazon FBA, when I'm selling products, I want to be on the first page, because I'm the impatient buyer that is not going to page 2, 3, 4 to 400. I'm going to look on the first page.
I'm with you, Brianna.
Everything is data driven. Like, boom.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Yes, I agree.
So I guess for me, and again, because I'm not a graphic designer, because I can't draw anything, nothing. Like, it's not happening. Like when I was a science teacher, and we did like our physics stuff on the board, like it was embarrassing, like to draw like little word problems. Like I can't even handle it. So my strength is going to be to approach it more from the data perspective and doing a lot of research and trying to squeak my way in that way.
I have stepped up my research game, that's for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Actually, you got to make the research part fun, because once you get the research part down and it's fun for you and it's enjoyable, like, and when it makes a sale, you're like, yes, like it made a sale. You know what I mean? You have to do that. You have to make it fun.
It needs to be a system too. Like, it needs to be data driven. You need to make sure that you're actually making like conscious decisions on the things that you're researching. It's not just random stuff that you're throwing against a dartboard. Like, have a system, work the system. If you have a system and do that consistently every single day, it works itself out, and it doesn't take a ton of time. Like with the tools like Merch Informer, and just literally just get into Merch Informer, figure out how to use it. It'll do all your research for you. I can pump out Like literally, I can send designs to our designers 200 at a time, and it probably takes me less than 30 minutes.
Now, how do y'all make that fun though? Like, what does that look like?
The fun part's when it sells. Like the fun part is
like
Right,
RJ's
so-
saying, it needs
You
to
gotta
be
have fun in
while
the
you're doing it.
process.
Yeah,
the-
tell
the
me,
fun-
like, how is that? Like, because I struggle with the research. Like, I try to follow y'all's methods. Like, I really do. But then, like, I get bored and I just want to throw up spaghetti. How do I make that fun? Because I want it to be fun.
So
Normal, though, for you too. Like you're creative. Like
yeah, I was just gonna say that. Like, if you're a creative person, right? Like the way that I do it and the way that I do it with my wife is like we'll look at the shirt and like the shirt sucks more often than not, right? Like it's just the quality's not there, and it's like, how do I twist that? How do I turn it and make it its own unique thing that's way, way better, but still sells to that person? And that's the thing that is fun for me, right? It's like come up with a vision, come up with an
Okay.
idea, send it off to my designer or have my wife design it, and then see it come to life.
So the research isn't so much just the data. There's
No, the data is the
Okay.
part that tells me where the demand is, and then the art part to the science is okay. How do I connect with that buyer? How do I create a unique design, and how do I make it something that is going to be cool, different, but also hit that demand?
Thank you. That's really helpful. Thank you. Yeah.
And I agree with you, Matt. I think Merch Informer is great. That's what I use.
I love Merch Informer.
I was
Honestly,
on there today.
I was using Redbubble the other day to do some research, and actually one of the designs that I actually took from there and made it like this guy can't compete with me on this design. It's way the illustration on this design is like 10 times better. So then I went over and put it on Amazon. It's been making sales consistently every day.
nice.
Oh,
Good to
wow.
know that stuff from
How
Redbubble
do you
can
use
sell.
Redbubble for research? Do you just kind of type in your niche and just see what pops up? Or
Actually, well, it actually, so this is what happened. This is what I did. It was just a test. I went on the website, then it started retargeting me on Facebook. So I was like, oh, what is it retargeting me with? So then I seen that the designs that it was retargeting me with, and I didn't click on no designs at all when I went on Redbubble. So it was retargeting me with like certain designs. And I was like, okay, this looks like a really good design. Let me make this better with like the illustration part and have the artist draw it up and make it better. And he did, and it came out like 10 times better. Now it's making sales.
Google Shopping too, right? So Redbubble will actually pay for advertising. Like they'll advertise your shirts, and they're not doing that randomly. They're advertising shirts that are selling. So
Selling. Yeah.
like when you're searching on niches on just Google Shopping, the stuff that shows up from Redbubble, that's stuff that's selling. Like they're showing it to you for a reason.
Mm-hmm. What do you pay an illustrator, RJ?
I have one guy that I'm doing, I think he's like doing 22 designs a month. That's $450. And then I have another guy that's doing 60 for about $350.
Nice.
So, another thing too, just got like a lot of people. So this for the audience, it's like when you go out there and just try to work out a deal with like someone like that, like an illustrator, just like treat them like how you would treat anybody else. Like, you know what I mean? Treat them with love and respect, and they'll kind of turn around and be like, okay, I want to work with you. And like, he just wrote me right now, good morning. He's in the Philippines. It's early in the morning, and he just, you know what I mean? He loves working with me, and like, I appreciate his work and stuff like that, and just show him love. So
They love the bulk stuff because it means consistent work, right?
yeah, exactly. And that's a very big thing too. A lot of people, like I explained that at the very beginning to a lot of people. I was like, long term, like they want a lot of work, so they know that they have a job. Like they want long term work. So
we've got a second show right after you guys. I'm the one that fucked this all up. Like I'm the one that double booked us. And I feel awful because I'd love to keep talking to you guys. Can we take a couple questions from the audience? Just things that they're interested in, and then we're going to have to shut it down just so we can move on to the next one.
let me call Tyler real fast. I'll call him.
Cool. Matthew Pate wants to know thoughts on using men, women, kids, or youth in the listing with the update, like great gift for kids or men, women in the title. What do you guys think?
Not anymore. I'm not going to go in and re-edit the ones that I've done yet, but from what I've been reading about the Vegas and Amazon chats, I'm no longer putting that in my listings.
Now, is that gift or is that men, women's, youth?
Men, women's, youth. I will put gift in still, I think,
Yeah.
especially going into Christmas and Q4,
sure.
but I don't want to hit the men, women's, and children. I think they were very vague in it, but I believe they said something along the lines like, it's not really what we're wanting.
Yeah.
It's not so much against the rules, but stay away.
At some point, they may say you have to take it down.
Exactly.
But if you're choosing men's, women, and youth fit, I kind of think it'll pull it up in the search anyway, and you don't need to put
And
women, youth.
I think that's what they were getting at too. Like it's already indexed for that. And then if
Right.
you have that in your bullet and they sold out of women's, that kind of puts them in a bind. So
I think so. I have two views on that. If you select just men's, like for example, a men's shirt, and you do the listing, it'll automatically put men's in the front of that for you, right? So Amazon's already doing that. So they know that that matters. Like they're doing that on purpose. They know that men's, like when you look at the search and you go through the auto suggest, like it's always women's unicorn shirt. You know what I mean? Like that, that thing is always in there. Not having it in your title makes it harder for that shirt to show up and get towards the top of search. So I'm very torn on this one. I'm not taking it out of the listings I already have. If they change their mind and say definitely needs to come out, then we will. I haven't decided what we're going to do with the stuff that we're putting up now.
So are you currently staying away from it, or are you still kind of?
I haven't uploaded a shirt in like 2 weeks because we just have a lot of other things going on. The stuff that we're putting up now, I'm not including it in the title. The stuff that I have up right now, I'm not touching it.
Okay.
What about like when it's, because it's a youth shirt, right? So that's what it says, right? So it doesn't say boys or girls.
Too, because like I don't even wear adult size. Like I wear youth. So it just, like for me, I'm putting it in there like if it's really geared towards like a child or like a date, you know, they could wear this to daycare or youth camp or whatever. Like I feel like that's a very important thing to mention versus yeah, it's a women's shirt, but I'm also offering it in youth sizes too, because there are women that are petite or whatever that also wear those sizes, I guess. So I'm leaving it all in there and I'm using it until they say otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of on the same thing because I'm like, shoot, I don't know how many listings I have with like great gift for girls, great gift for boys, you know, and it's pretty obvious that that's what the design is geared towards. But if they come down and say, no, you got to change it, well, I'll be busy for a bit.
Yeah. But I definitely do include the word gift, and I do that year round.
Same.
I think gift's a very important keyword in there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, because I see it in like pretty much like all the top listings, like the ones that are making sales, like you'll see gift in there for the most part.
Well, I think that's what the most people who are buying these things are doing is they're buying as a gift. Hardly anybody's going in there looking for, you know, pink unicorn t-shirt for themselves, you know.
Right, for sure. For sure. So this is kind of a roundabout way to go about pricing strategy, but T wants to know, what's your highest selling price? Everybody answer, please. So what's the highest price you guys sell a shirt for currently right now?
$19.99. That's the highest for me.
I have sold up. Oh, sorry, Brianna. I've sold up to $23.99, I believe, was the highest, and I've been pricing lower lately just to get the algorithm going.
I'm a low baller person. I think my highest is $17.99.
Mine are all over the place. And I'm listing sweatshirts too, up to $40. Sometimes those are selling. Most of my standard t-shirts are probably right around 20. A couple that are a couple dollars more than that, but right around that $20 mark.
For standards, for me, $19.99, and because I hate premiums, I'll do them at $21.99, but they still sell anyway.
Yeah, they do. I sell those all the time. $21.99. And I'm like,
what's the highest price?
Highest price is $22.99 with a standard. Well, standard t-shirts is $22.99, and I have a sweatshirts are like $39.99. That's like the highest price, but for the standard one, it makes it sell like every other day, $22.99. It has some reviews too, of course, probably like 6 or 7, but it does make it sell. It's $7.
My highest is $26.45, but it's a really small niche, and that thing sells like once a month or whatever. It's not like a huge demand thing. I just threw it. Total typo. It wasn't on purpose, but it sold at that number, so I've always left it.
I was gonna say, I'm like, how did you pick that number?
So the number got picked because I was working and I was trying to. This is before we had 1 million slots to upload. Like we only had 40 slots or whatever, and I was working on something else, and I wanted to make sure that I maxed out our upload slots, so I didn't have a chance to actually like optimize the title or do anything else. So I just put in a real quick dummy title, and I put in a price that I knew I'd be able to search for and find it later, and then I forgot about it, and then it sold.
That's awesome. I have sold a hoodie up to, I think I sold one for like $46.99.
Nice.
Has anyone ordered a hoodie? I priced them at 40, and I'm afraid because I don't know what the quality is.
They're nice. We've ordered a couple as gifts for friends. The tag, like the pull strings on it and stuff, they're like a thicker quality. They're not like just a little like rope or cloth rope or whatever. I like them. They're soft.
Good.
I regularly sell them at $44.99 all day long. I think if you're pricing at $40.99, like you're leaving money on the table. They'll sell at $44.99, especially when you go into Q4.
Agreed. Yeah, I was even selling the sweatshirts at like 42, 41, 42, 43.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Something to think about as we go into Q4, as we go into the Christmas season, and people are buying gifts. Raise your prices. People do not care when you get in that gift giving season. Like that's what I did across the board with all of our prices last year before the freeze, because we were expecting the freeze. All of our prices went up to like $19.99. Like premiums went to $21.99. Didn't slow down a bit. They just kept selling. People don't care about price when you get into that season.
True.
That's true. Unless you're trying to tear up, but other than that.
For sure. I mean, there's different goals, obviously. For us, it was all about the money at that point. RJ, you got any other questions?
No, no, that's pretty much it. I think next time we need to get like an extra 30 minutes.
Right, seriously.
Because I was thinking about it like 30 minutes into the show. I was like, okay, pretty sure. Okay, we're not gonna be able to talk to every single one of them. So yeah, send me. I'll get the link to the was it merch
Money.
Merch Money. Okay, give me the link to that YouTube channel, and then we'll put it down below. Make sure everyone subscribes, please. Appreciate that if you guys do. And yeah,
thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank
I had a
you.
blast. Thank you.
Okay, bye. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Good night.